Revelation 14. And you get the living letter of 14. And I looked, and I saw a lamb standing on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written upon their foreheads. And I heard a voice out of the Shemaim, like the voice of many waters, and like the voice of loud thunder. And I heard the sound of harpists playing their harps, and they sang a renewed song before the throne and before the four living creatures and the elders, and no one was able to learn the song except the 144,000 who were redeemed. The 104,000 who were redeemed from the earth. They are those who were not defiled with the women, for they are maidens. They are those following the Lamb wherever he goes. They were redeemed forth among men, being first fruits to Jehovah, and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no falsehood, for they are blameless before the throne of Elohim. And I saw another messenger flying in mid-Shemaim, in the middle of the skies, right? Holding the everlasting good news. To announce to those dwelling on the earth, even every nation and tribe and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, revere Elohim and give esteem to him, because the hour of his judgment has come. And worship him who makes the Shemaim and the earth and the sea and the foundations of waters, or of water. And another messenger followed, saying, Baal is fallen, that great city. Pardon me, I said it wrong. Starting verse 9 again. And another messenger followed, saying, Babel is fallen, that great city, because she has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her whoring. It looks fuzzy to me. There we go. And a third messenger followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image and receives his mark upon his forehead or upon his hand, he also shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Jehovah, which is poured out undefiled into the cup of his wrath. And he shall be tortured with the fire and sulfur before the Kodesh messengers and before the Lamb. And the smoke of their torture goes up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night. Those worshiping the beast and his image, also if anyone receives the mark of his name. Here is the endurance of the Kodeshim. Here are those guarding the commands of I am, or Jehovah, and the belief of Yeshua HaMashiach. It just says Yeshua. And I heard the voice of the Shemaim saying to me, write, Baruch, are the dead, blessed are the dead, who die in the Adonai, for now on, yes, it says the Ruach, it says the Spirit, in order that they rest from their labors, and their works follow them. And I looked, and I saw a white cloud, and sitting on the cloud was one like the Ben of Adam, or the son of Adam, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another messenger came out of the Mishkan, that's a temple, tabernacle, crying with a loud voice to the one sitting on the cloud, send your sickle and reap, because the hour has come for you to reap, because the harvest of the earth is ripe. And the one sitting on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And another messenger came out of the Mishkan. Again, I think that's the temple. Which is in the Shemaim. And he too held a sharp sickle. And another messenger came out from the altar, having authority over the fire. And he cried with a loud cry to him having the sharp sickle, saying, send your sharp sickle and gather the clusters out of the vine of the earth, because her grapes are ripe. And the messenger thrust his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and threw it into the great winepress of the wrath of Jehovah, or I am. And the winepress was trodden outside the city, and the blood came out of the winepress up to the bridles of the horses, for about 1,600 stallion. I said that wrong. I think that's right, though. Let me see. Get closer. It's Stadion. Stadion. I think that's like miles, but instead it's a different measurement. I have a lot of thought about this. I've seen the messengers in the skies ever since the what they called they called these things they're seeing in the sky drones. Thank you. But there's a mix of all kinds of stuff in the sky, right? And one of them is a messenger of the wheel within the wheel, and he is probably the one one of the ones that are giving out these messages. Of course, I'm sure they don't describe which of these messengers and what they actually look like. They don't describe them to a T. But we can assume that we are at the time of the fires because we are experiencing the fires. We've experienced fires before, though. But we need to be mindful that this is either a warning of what is to come or it is already coming. God bless you. I had another thought when the first part of the chapter. Oh, it says that the Father's name will be written upon the foreheads. So that would be the Y, the H, the V, the H. Or, it would be written in Hebrew, not in what we write it. It would be the Tav, like that, whatever. The Vav, and anyway, the old Hebrew, not what we write now, right? For the name of the Father. Very interesting. I thought it would be the name of the Son, which I know they share the same name, so maybe I'm wrong. There's so many names for God. So, he might just write I am on our forehead, which is a different. I was looking at the names. You can check it out at some of my posts. I posted a long website that had a whole bunch of the information of the names of God. Whatever it is, I can't wait to get my mark from God of the Father's name. Amen? Amen.